Hello, my dear students. Once again, I am back with pandas. You have learned about series in pandas in my previous videos. This time, I'll tell you more about data frames and how it works. We are using the software Jupyter Notebook. So let's move ahead and know more about data frame. Data frame is actually a two-dimensional array or data structure with heterogeneous data and always arranged in a tabular format like this. It has the combination of rows and columns. Columns are indicated by axis 1 here and rows are indicated by axis 0 here. So one question always come in my mind that why we use data frame. So actually, students, we need data frame to manage huge data sets. Generally, you people use to save data in MS Excel, whereas huge organizations or companies save their data in MySQL DB or CSV file or text file, or there are so many methods. So after saving the data, they have to analyze the things. So for analyzing the structure, the data frames are come into the existence, and we can analyze, we can change, we can extract the valuable information from the huge data set. So let's see the features of data frame. Different data type can be taken for every column. Size is immutable, values are mutable here. Labeled axes are rows and columns. Can perform arithmetic operations also on rows and columns. So these are the features of data frames. Let's go ahead and see basic operation on pandas data frame. First thing which we do on data frame is creating a data frame. Then dealing with rows and columns. Iterating data frames, indexing and selecting data, working with missing data, importing, exporting data between CSV files and data frames to analyze the data frames. Okay. So first of all, we'll move ahead and see creating a data frame with various formats. So data frames can be created using the following constructors. These are the following parameters which you people use while creating the data frame. So here, children, data is the necessary parameter. So data contains the data value by which we can create the data frame. Then come to the index part. It add the new index numbers for the data frame. Column defines the column. D type tells the data type of each column. Copy parameter will copy the data. Now see how to create data frame. So this is also the type of data frame, okay, which has country, population, percent. These are the index numbers. We change the index numbers also. Let's see how. So pandas data frame can created using various inputs like list, dictionary, series, numpy, and existing data frames. So by all these means, you can create the data frame. So first of all, see how we create empty data frame. So this is the empty data frame. We have to import pandas as PD every time. df equals to pd.data frame, and print df, it shows no data present here in the data frame function. So it means it is an empty data frame with empty column and an empty index. Clear? We'll move ahead and see creating a data frame using list. So this is the list of values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in data, and I write the command pd.dataframe data, and it is assigned to df. Print df. It display all the data present in the df. Clear? So this 0 represent the first column, and these are the number of rows: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this of course is a value. Clear? Now we'll move to the example 2. Data equals to alum 1090, barrack 1278, clock 1356. So these are the set of values in the form of list, and with the help of nested list we create a data, and I'll insert this data into the data frame as pd.dataframe data, comma, columns names are, I'll change the name of the column. See here the column is 0. So now I'll change the name of the column with name, age and marks. Instead of 0, 1 and 2, name, age and marks is going to display here. Clear? Now we'll move to the next example, example 3. Again with the help of list, nested list I have created. But see here are d type equals to float. This d type equals to float will change all the numeric columns into float type. So this is the basic point here which I noted, that is, observe the d type parameter changes the type of age and marks column to floating point. Is it clear? Next is creating a data frame using series. So in my last video, you know how to create the series. So with the help of series, I have again created the table of data frame. See, pd.series, all the names here in variable n. pd.series, all the ages are here in variable a. But see, names are 4 but ages are only 3. So it creates nan values. Clear? pd.series, again 4 marks and inserted into m. Now I'll treat them as values in the dictionary. So data is a variable. Now dictionary is taken. Name is the key. N is the set of values containing names. Age is the key. So A is the set of ages. Marks is again the key, and M is the set of marks. Clear? Now I'll insert this data frame into data. Then print df will display this type of data frame with nan value in franc. Clear? So children, now we'll come to creating a data frame using dictionary. So example 1. Import pandas as PD, again name, list of names, age, list of ages, marks, list of marks, and all are inserted into data, and pd.dataframe data. It display all the data present in the data frame. Clear? This is how with the help of dictionary we create data frame. Okay. Now see example 2. Now here the main thing is I'll change the index numbers into admission numbers. See here, example 2, import pandas as PD, again data equals to list of names, list of age, list of marks, then pd.dataframe data, comma, index equals to some admission numbers. Okay, so these admission numbers replaces that default value of 0, 1 and 2. Am I clear? So children, you have to try it. Then only you are able to understand. Try it on your Jupyter. Next is create a data frame from list of dictionaries. Means there are so many dictionaries. I have made the list of dictionaries. So see here, one dictionary is this, another dictionary, and another dictionary. So this list is the combination of three dictionaries. With first dictionary, the values are English and IP. Second dictionary value is English IP maths. Third dictionary values are English IP maths. So when I insert pd.dataframe data, then it shows the data like this, and one is the non value. Clear? So with the help of so many dictionaries that can be enclosed in the list, we create a data frame. So children, there are several ways to create a data frame. You can choose any of the listed methods to create the required data frame. Clear? Now, some attributes of data frame. So children, first attribute is index. We used just now index attribute. Now I am showing it again. Data comma index equal to Jack Barrick clock. Now I'll change the names, index numbers with these names. Clear? With the help of index attribute. Other attributes are as follows. So I think it is clear. It display the index. Now we'll move ahead with the next attribute, shape. It shows the dimension. See in the output, children, it shows the dimension 3 by 3, means 3 row and 3 column. Clear? Next attribute is endim. It shows the number of axes. So axes are 2, 0 axis and y axis. See the output, it is written 2. Next is df.columns. It display all the columns. So our columns are, see my pointer, English, IP, maths. These are the columns. So columns are displayed here. English, IP, maths. Okay. So children, see, this is very important point. Count 0 and count 1. Count 0 actually counts the columns. So it count the things according to the columns. So it will display English has 3 values. See, English has 3 values, IP has 3 values, maths has only 2 values. It ignore nan value as in SQL. You remember SQL has a count function. It ignores the null value. Similarly, it ignores the nan value. But you have to remember this. 0, count 0 counts according to the column, and count 1 count according to the rows. So here rows are Jack, Barrick, clock. So it counts. Jack has 2 values, Barrick has 3 values, clock has again 3 values. See the output? Jack 2, Barrick 3, clock 3. Okay, understood? Move ahead and see print df.axes. So returns the list representing both the axes. Axis 0 and axis 1 is displayed here. Clear? Next is df.type. It displays the data type of all the columns. df.size. It returns the number of elements. So number of elements are 9 in my data frame. Then len df, it returns the number of rows. So rows are 3, Jack, Barrick and clock. So 3 rows are in my data frame. Next is df.t. It transposes the rows and columns, dear. Transpose means exchanging rows into columns and columns into rows. Clear? Now displaying of data. So children, see the sample data here. I have created dictionary with name, marks and age again, and I have changed the index numbers from 0 to 6 to 101 to 106 with the help of this parameter index. Okay, now see how to view the top and the bottom rows of the frame. So if you want to see the top rows, top records, you have to use this head method. df.head going to display the all the first 5 records from the data frame. But if you add some value here in the brackets as an arguments, so it will display that much of record but from the beginning. If I write here 2, then it will display 2 records from the beginning. Now come to the next, that is tail. I have written df.tail 3. It means last 3 records is to be shown here. Last 3 records are 104, 105, 106. So tail works on the last records. Head works on the beginning records. Clear? So if I'll not write any of the argument here, it will show me last 5 records. Am I clear? I'll move to the next attribute, that is index and columns. df.index display the index values, like here 101 to 106 is displayed. df.columns display all the 3 columns of my data frame, name, age and marks. Okay. Now viewing metadata of data frame. So children, if I want to see the internal metadata of my data frame, metadata is data about data. So internal saving of my data, then I'll write df.info. It shows how the data frame is saved in your memory. Clear? Now next one is viewing particular column. So if you want to see the particular column from your data frame, you can use df of name and df of marks. Like this you can use df of name going to display all the names, df of marks going to display all the marks, but with index numbers always present with them. So index numbers will always there. Okay, we'll move ahead and see the describe function. So this children describe function is very important and very helpful in analyzing the data. So it shows the quick statistics of my numeric columns. It shows the count, mean, standard deviation, minimum value means 25%, 50%, 75% and max value. Whatever data you want to extract, you can extract. Clear? Next is transpose the column and rows. Transpose means exchanging. So with the help of df.t, you can exchange the columns into rows and rows into columns. Now I move further and see viewing sorted data. Sorted means arranged data. So how I can arrange my data frame? There are several ways. So I have choose first 2 methods. First is df.index, df.sort underscore index. This sort underscore index sort the data, arrange the data according to their axes, means their index values. See here, now axis equals to 0 means these are the axis 0. So the data is arranged according to this axis 0. I have written index ascending equals to false, means it is arranged according to the descending order. See the next one, df.sort underscore index, axis equals to 0 again, but ascending equals to true. It means the axes are arranged in ascending order, 101 to 106. Is it okay, guys? Next is, see, I have written df dot sort underscore index axis equals to 1. When axis equals to 1, axis 1 is this, name, marks and age. Ascending equals to false means it is arranged in ascending order. Descending order. Name will come first, then marks, then age. Alphabetically they are arranged. And see the next one, x is equals to 1 but ascending equals to true. Now they are again arranged in ascending order of alphabetically alphabets. See, age, marks and name. Clear? Next is sort by values. Means I have to sort my data frame according to the values. For that, I'll use the keyword by. How it is performed? df dot sort underscore values by equals to name. If you want to arrange your data frame according to the name, so I'll write name here. If you want to arrange it according to the age, then I'll write age here. If marks, then I'll write marks here. So it sort the data according to their values. Clear? Now the time to do the practice questions. So assignment 1, first question. Create a data frame Medico with the following data. Okay, see the data frame. This type of data frame you have to develop: items, price and quantity. Let's read further. And convert with index number as 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106. So by default their index number is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no? But you have to convert it as 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106 by using index parameter. Clear? I think you can easily do this. Next, display first two records. So children, think which method is going to be used here. Display the name, item name and price. So think how you can display the item name and price, and write the single command. Show last 4 records. Okay. Then show the statistics of Medico's table. Means you have to show all the statistics: mean, median, modes, standard deviation, 25%, 75%, minimum value, maximum value, all the statistics things on this Medico's table. Okay. Then sixth one is display index and columns only of the given table. You have to display index and columns only. Clear? Next part is sixth question. Arrange the Medico table in ascending order of name. You have to arrange it in the ascending order of name. Seventh one, in order to find the stock-wise list of medicines, arrange them accordingly. So I have to arrange the table according to the stock-wise list of medicine. So stock is represented by which column? You have to think and do. Arrange in descending order of index number. You have to arrange in descending order of index number. Clear? Put the appropriate command for them. Ninth one is display number of rows present in the data frame. 10th is show the dimension of the data frame Medico. Okay, children, you have to perform all these 10 queries and display the required things. Thank you. Happy coding. Have a nice day ahead. Do the code on Jupyter. Remember it. Okay.